Hi everybody, welcome to today's Facebook Live. So today I've been really excited. I've actually been counting on the days to this day, and that's because I get to share with you all of the samples that we have been working on for this collection, Woodland Silhouettes, and it's been such an amazing experience. So to be able to share all of this with you today really is such a privilege. So I really do hope you all enjoy it, and also as well, if any of you would like to drop any comments, any questions, do pop them on the comments on the video and we'll get back to you on those. And if the comments do come in after the video, we'll still try and get back to you on those questions as well. So today, like I say, what I really want to do is just show you everything, show you what's been happening and what everyone's been working on. Some bits that I've been working on and you might see later on in the shows in the week. So this collection launches, well, I'm going down to Peterborough tonight actually, and I'm going to be going on to do a show tonight, but it launches in the UK on Friday. So on Friday at 11:15 in the morning and at 7:30 in the evening, you'll be able to see it on Create and Craft TV. So it's so exciting. And of course, this is my first ever signature collection. So if you've been on the Innovation Hub Facebook page or my page and you've been seeing some of the sneak peeks, some little teasers that have been coming up, it's all leading up to this. So thank you everyone as well for all of your support along the way, because I know some of you have been commenting that you can't wait to see it, can't wait to see what happens, or so maybe you might even want to purchase something from the collection. So this really is a bit of a teaser, but still you're getting the full package with this one. So you can see around me, I'm surrounded by paper crafting, home decor, mixed media, absolutely everything. So everyone's had such a fun time working with this collection, and the design team have done some absolutely beautiful samples. And I started working on this probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And as soon as I started to receive all of the collection coming in, from the stencils to papers and dies, my imagination was just flooded with ideas, and it was just one of those things where you can never stop crafting with it because there's just so much versatility and there's so much to work with. It's such a leisurely craft because you can just really just let your imagination flow and create whatever you would like to really build with this project. So I want to show you some paper crafting projects first, because this collection, of course, in some videos I may have also mentioned that I wanted it to be for paper crafters as well as mixed media, or maybe if you are someone that likes to work with stamping or colouring in, you can colour in dies and things like that. I wanted it to be for everybody. So this is a sample here I started off with, which was a card. And for me, actually, this was very new for me because I'm not really a card maker. I wanted to be able to get into it and be able to sort of be a bit more versatile and enjoy the sort of different crafting elements. And this is an easel card that I created. It was really simple to do, and this utilised all of those main features from the collection. So you can see we've got antlers in here that are taken from the rice papers. We've got the stencils of the deers and the stag in the background, and this is done onto like a cork finish background. And of course those beautiful rice paper leaves as well I've got here at the bottom, and then you can see our wood grain stenciling that follows through onto the base of the card. Now that's made up of just a few elements, but it looks so effective, and things like that it really makes me feel at home, because for me all of the woodlands, all of the sort of outdoor elements are very much something that I'm passionate about and something that I sort of always do at home. I'm always in the garden, I'm always outside or going on walks. So for me, this brings the nature from outside into your home. And of course, this could be given as a gift, or if you do receive a card like this, it's perfect to display out on your mantelpiece or wherever all year round, because really it might already tie in with some of your home decor that you already have, or it might kickstart a bit of inspiration for something new. So I've got a comment from Barbara. Say hi, thank you for joining. I want to show you something else as well. Now this is where it went into a little bit more home decor, so I sort of cross-pollinated, I think it is, with different crafts. And I really wanted to do something on glass. So I'm actually going to be showing you this on air on Friday on Create and Craft. And I want to show you exactly how I made it, because you're going to realise just how easy it was to actually construct and put together. So this is a glass plate. It's only small, it's probably about 25 centimetres, if that, in height, by about 10 centimetres width. And you can see I've put the rice paper on there, and then what I've done is actually put some of our hybrid acrylics over the back of it. I've scratched the paint away and then put the really nice gold through it, and then given it just a coat of white on the back. Now that's a beautiful sample that really was so simple to create but so effective. So these would be brilliant for Father's Day, Birthday, Christmas gifts, or even Christmas decorations. So really, when you look at this collection, we've seen stags is Christmas decor, or maybe rustic, or those industrial style home pieces, but you could take this into absolutely anything that you would like. So I wanted you to be able to look at this and get filled with inspiration instantly. And I'm going to show you this one as well because I fell in love with this. Amanda brought this in for me this morning, and as of course I'm going down to Peterborough and I'm taking some of the samples with me, and now this is just absolutely gorgeous. So you can see here we've got the stags in the background, and what's beautiful about this rice paper actually is, of course, we've got the little baby deer here and we've got the stag, but of course you can take the antlers off the top of here and turn it into the doe, so that can be mummy deer, and then of course you can add the dad in as well, so you can create your own family and build your own scene. But of course we've got tartan checks here, and we've got all the sprig dies, all of the berries, and these have all been coloured in, cut on card. All of the dies are mixed media dies as well in this, so you can cut them on a wide variety of materials, which I will show you in just a minute. But this is just something that is just so effective, and imagine this placed on the wall, or it could be you could do all of this on a t-shirt, or you could do it on a box frame to display in your home. So it's something that's really effective, really achievable, but there's so many elements that have been brought into here that are something fresh and new. And during lockdown, as we all may know, is that we've been spending a lot of time on walks, entertaining ourselves, maybe in the garden, picking up new hobbies, and now you can, all that nature and all that inspiration you've gathered throughout the last year, you can now bring into your home and start crafting with a collection like this, because it really will be that sort of full circle moment for you when you can maybe take photos from memories into your work. And that's where I built this collection, which was from past memories of photographs from holidays from when I was a child, when I was growing up, spending a lot of time in the countryside and in Scotland. This is where that all developed. So it would be really nice to see you sort of doing the same thing. So when you receive a collection like this, I would love to see what your inspiration and where you take it. And I did say I would show you the dies, so I'm going to do that right now. So the dies. Now this was like that sort of butterfly moment when this first came in, which is the die packaging. And you can see on there, this antler that we've got going up the side looks quite large, and it's bigger than what you see on that picture. So this is an actual size, and I'm going to show you the actual size because you won't believe the size. It's huge. How amazing is that? So this actual die, if I just pop it down on my cutting mat here, I can show you the size of it. So it goes all the way up. The overall height is just over 26 centimetres, which is massive. So just think of what you can actually create with this. And this really does spark so many ideas for you as a crafter, because I've worked with dies before that I've just thought, oh, I wish that was just a little bit bigger, or maybe it wasn't quite the right size, or oh, I wish it was curved this way so I could follow it through and make a wreath. This is exactly what I wanted to be able to create for you. A die that you could work with in your mixed media and your paper crafting, and this could really lead on to some incredible things. And of course, we've got the sprig of berries that goes with it, which is still also a really good side. Of course, both mixed media dies as well, so really strong and durable. They'll go through your cutting machines, like your Pro Cut, or maybe your hand cutting machines, and these will cut construction board. I've got some materials here to show you. They will cut construction board. I've got some artificial cork here. I've got some felt that it's cut through. We've got vellums, which are really delicate. So these dies will cut really delicate, precious things like rice paper and vellums and acetate, but they'll also cut those really rough, durable things like mount board, corrugated cardboard, foam. We've got mirror-card. We've got absolutely everything. I think I sort of scrambled through my stash and thought, what can I actually die cut with? And I can't actually say I didn't find anything I couldn't cut with from my stash. So you can cut leather with this. You can even cut craft tin as well. So if you've got some aluminium tin, craft tin, that sort of stuff, which would look really nice if you were to add those elements into maybe an existing home decor piece, you really could just go all the way with it. And you might be looking at all of those dies thinking, well, I just love that, but I want to see what it can become. Now that's the next part, because Elizabeth made this here at the Innovation Hub, and it's just absolutely incredible. So it's a canvas, but we've actually got the wreath die on it. So this is all of those elements of those dies here. So you can see, if I pop it like this for you, you can actually see it all. All of these are the antler dies here. So we've got the antlers and the sprigs. They've all been woven around just a hoop in the centre, and it looks amazing. And this only took about 15 of those die cuts to create, but it looks so lush, it looks thick, it looks just it looks like you could pick it up and grab it and put it on the door, and that's exactly what you could do. And of course, in the background, we've got our stenciling, and that's the next really exciting bit, is we've got 3 12 by 12 stencils, and that's just an incredible amount of workspace. When you think we might be used to stencils maybe being A4 or A5, they're huge, absolutely massive. And you can see here, if I just show you, we've got our bear, which we absolutely love. He's got a story to tell. You can see the journey going through the stencil there, and we've got some beautiful texture. And you can see we've got the timber one here, and now this comes into a sample that I created not too long back, and I actually went round the entire of this lampshade and created this beautiful pattern with. Of course, because it's repeatable, all I did with this one is I took some fabric onto my lampshade, which meant that I could take this off if I wanted to and actually change it, but I created all of these trees, all of these tree trunks going round, and I just absolutely love it. Imagine doing this as a border, maybe as a wallpaper, or you could do it as a table runner. So maybe at Christmas you're thinking of a new theme, and you're thinking, well, I could use the rice papers to make plates with, I could use the stencils to make tablecloths with, and I could also use the dies to make my centerpiece and my wreath with. So you've got a collection here which you can make an absolutely stunning wow factor dinner party with, of course, when we can do. But you can also create beautiful home decor pieces that you might just want to keep in your bedroom or in your living room and enjoy all year round. Of course, because it looks very natural and rustic, you can create this in any colourway or absolutely any formation that you like. So it really is so versatile. I'll pop that back there and I'll show you the last stencil. And this is our next 12 by 12. This is our deer. So we've got our stags, we've got all of this crackle texture on here, we've got trees, and of course, it's not a stencil without a sentiment. So wild and free, which really does explain what this sort of collection is. You just be able to let wild in your craft room and create whatever you want to. And that's pretty much what I did, and everyone else that's had the collection so far to work on, is just your imagination just runs wild with it. And it's a lovely collection to work with, because of course these elements, they tell a story and they can come together, and you can create just such lovely pieces with it. And home decor is a big inspiration for me. I love being able to create things that you can display in your home, but of course things that you can give as gifts. So maybe if it's a cushion cover, or you've bought a new outdoor seating sofa or something to enjoy in the summer, you can make your own cushions for it, or your own seat pads. Now this is the die, of course, and what I've done is I've cut this out of some faux leather, but you could cut it out of fabric, because of course the dies will cut fabric, and I've stenciled with black hybrid acrylic in the middle, and with my hybrids, and these will all be on the show as well. So this cushion would actually be washable if you were to use your fabric decoupage glues, and this is then a functional item that you can use in and around your home and be assured that you're going to have an absolutely stunning piece that you've created yourself and it's going to last you a lifetime. So something like that really just gives me goosebumps, seeing that you can go from your stencils to something like this. And of course that only took 4 die cuts and 1 stencil, and away you are. That's how impactful and effective this collection actually is, because you can create those instant wow factor pieces with just only a few elements. So when I first saw this and saw it all coming together, I thought, right, I want to make this, I want to make this, I want to make this, and that's when it just started. So you can see it exploded into all this around me. And we've got other cards. We've got there's a coat hanger up here, which I had never even thought to do this. Amanda made a coat hanger sample, and it actually is a wooden coat hanger with all of the dies around it, and it looks like mistletoe. So if I actually show you here, you can see, hopefully you'll be able to see it, it's got all little elements of berries and pearls in it, and a little bow at the top, and it looks like that would be a beautiful wedding gift, something like that. So you really can create some stunning pieces. And a little bit more of what I will be doing on the show on Create and Craft is pieces like this. So this is a box frame that I created from an old photo frame. And again, I've put the stag in the centre with the wood grain behind. We've got the rice paper decoupage leaves around it. So of course those leaves from the rice paper, you can mount them with your decoupage glue onto papers, make them strong, and you can actually mould those into the shape of leaves and just create some really, really nice pieces for this. It is stunning. And I'll show you those rice papers. If I go down here, I've got my stash, and you can see here the rice papers. I'm going to leave a little bit of excitement for you for the show because I've revealed quite a lot and I want you to be even more excited for the show. So you can see here we've got the 4 papers and I've taken the leaves from this paper here. So we've got the 4 designs, all individually designed and bespoke so that you can use each one in its own way. But you get some beautiful leaves on here which I've then taken and popped around here, which I just think is stunning. I look at that and instantly just think, right, I want my entire room themed around stags. I want the natural elements absolutely everywhere. And of course, we even got some lanterns. So this was a really simple idea and I can actually take this out and create it into a summer scene. So this one here, all it is I've got my stag and with the little baby deer as well, just next to it on the rice paper. And I've cut it out, mounted it onto some paper and I've put the actual other rice paper in the back here, and that one is on just a piece of cardstock, and I can change the scene each time I want to. I know that I can have a different season, so now I can use that texture stencil with some structure paste and acetate and create snow in the background. So things like that are just really easy to create, but they're so effective. And you can imagine seeing these sort of things maybe in a gift shop or something, and you might think, oh, that's really nice, I'd like to be able to buy that, but I could probably do that. How do I do it? Now you can. You can create all of these things with just stencils, rice papers and some dies. So it is such a collection that you can really get stuck into and get excited about. So I've got a few comments as well. So from Judith, hi. Oh, hi Judith, thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you very much. And Michelle, thank you for joining me. And Julie, I've got some lovely comments coming in. Thank you so much, guys, for your support and actually and tuning in to watch the show. So I've got a bowl here as well that Amanda has done. Now this is just amazing. Look at this. This is something that you would expect to find. Look at the gold leaf on the inside. How incredible is that? And you've got all of the rice paper going round in the middle. This is something you would expect to pay a lot of money for, and it's been created using those elements that you'll be able to get from this collection. So we've got the dies going around the top, and then she's used some natural elements and painted them. And we've got some rope on the bottom, and that is incredible. Imagine that could be your fruit bowl, or you could have some potpourri in here, or you could have some fairy lights in there with some nice bits that you've collected on your walks. Maybe there's some leaves and stones, some bits of bark in there. It's really easy to create these samples, and really you can have just so much fun with it. So I've shown you loads of samples. In fact, I've missed one. I wanted to show you this. This is something that I thought I wanted to be able to create. When the collection first came about, I wanted to create a story, and the story was when I used to go to Scotland and I'd look out the log cabin windows where we used to stay and you'd be able to see all of the woodlands and all of the background. I wanted to create that image for you, just so you could really get a teaser of where it started. So if I close this, we've got the door on the front, and what this actually is it's just a window box I made from construction board. So it took quite a while to make, but the elements inside were so easy to construct. So if I open it here and actually show you what we have, like this, you can see inside we've got all of the stencils from the trees, which I just stippled through with paint and cut them out from cardboard. And of course we've got all of our rice paper logs going up the side. So the inside was so easy to create, and then on the sides we've got all of the wood grain stencil. So it was so easy to add elements, but of course you could create this on a canvas. So all you would need is a hoop of card, which you may be able to cut out, or you could use something that you've already got, and you could create the scene in the background, or maybe a square canvas, and you can put 2 slats crossing over the front to make it look like the lead of a window and build the scene behind it, which really does tell just an amazing story. It looks so lovely, and that for me was that sort of full circle moment when I thought the memories have come into the craft and created what really was the initial starting point for this collection. So I've shown you all the samples. There's still a few more that I'm going to save as a little bit of a sneak peek for the show for you. And we've got some beautiful samples coming in as well from the design team. So this is just a bit of a glimpse as to really what you're going to see on Create and Craft. So I hope you're all excited, because I just cannot wait. I've been counting on the days and it's really flown. It's gone so fast because I've loved working on it every day. I wake up and think, what else can I do differently? What can I make next? And I really want you to be able to actually take a lot from it and be able to think, I can actually create home decor pieces as well as paper crafting with just one collection. And I think it's really good to be able to pick up new techniques, and I've learned actually so much from doing this collection, because I've tried to push myself to be able to show you that you can be able to create such stunning things in such an easy and effective way. And thank you everybody for joining us today. Got some lovely comments as well. I think Judith mentioning she loves the 12x12 stencils. I do as well. The 12x12 is huge, it's massive. It's like the size of what you may be used to using on a scan and cut. So you can think of the sheer size of the actual elements in there. And of course there's 3 stencils, but you get multiple elements on each one, so you're actually getting loads, and it's great value for money on that aspect as well. And hi Alison, thank you for joining us as well. Really appreciate all of your comments. It's lovely to hear from you all. And of course keep commenting after the video and I'll respond to those for you. So join me as well on Friday at 11:15 in the morning on Create and Craft, as you'll be able to see me there with this collection, and I'll share with you some brilliant inspiration and hopefully get a bit of imagination flowing so you can actually create some of these beautiful samples yourself at home. So it really has been an incredible experience, and thank you for all of your support. So I shall see you on Friday. Take care everybody and stay safe. Thank you.